Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
This one swung out here to Jones. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
All in all, he was pretty solid in the victory in the wild card round and threw a couple of touchdowns. And when it comes to quarterback play, you'd always love spectacular. But in the playoffs, you'll take solid. And that's exactly what they're looking for from him again in this contest.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking middle, and that's complete. Second down at 5. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They go play action here on first down. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 2nd and 5. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. 18 yards to gain for number 18. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. And a promising start as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
And he stopped immediately there. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. They'll drop to throw. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. And now a fumble. The ball ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. On 2nd and 7, Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. To throw is Rodgers. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. Jones sidestepping his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. They'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it, because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there. Took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. 2nd and 9 now. And he's got his man on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now. They get ready to head back onto the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers, he's got the hook up with Dobbs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Second and 2. Off the option, it's Jones. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They go back to the ground with Jones.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Rodgers with a give, it's Aaron Jones. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 3 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now Jones. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. One back in the game. That's Jones. 2nd and goal. Now Rodgers. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff. 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones
with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Packers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
And out now come the Vikings.
They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack. And it'll lead to a 3rd and long. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Fielded at the 33. Gets around him. A nice return that time. Gets 12 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's complete to Lazard. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
They completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Throwing now is Rodgers. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. An inside give to Jones. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. A check down here to Jones. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
They'll run it with Jones. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the 1st down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Second down, they go right back to Cook. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Let's take it at around the 40.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The give is to Jones.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Here's Jones again on 2nd down.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Now they got to get to the line quickly. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Again, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
If they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
Rodgers now on 1st down.
That's complete to Dobbs.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Lazard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Rodgers now on 1st down.
Completed out left to Dobbs. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC Divisional Round game. And it was the Dallas Cowboys who are moving on to the next round as they defeat the New York Giants. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the PI decline, and that'll give him a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Back to throw again. Steps away to his right, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And Cook has it, left side. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. On 1st down, Rodgers firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. To throw again on 2nd down, Rodgers. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the 1st.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he's got his big tight end here. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a 1st down there to the tight end.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They'll get 13 yards for the 2nd play in a row.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On the delay, Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 2nd and 2. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They go play action here on 1st down. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Dancing, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line. Well, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Hall.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's 17-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down.
This one swung out here to Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Up the middle, Jones. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. Looking middle. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this belongs to the Vikings.
So potentially a turning point here in the 3rd quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of the first down. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
74 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And that'll be incomplete.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
A give to Jones. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Rodgers going to throw. Flushed. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Zadarius Smith. He's the culprit. Causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to him.
That play was hard to see. One play goes wrong, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and very long when they had been in 2nd and inches.
Yeah, I know you like the idea of taking a shot on 2nd and inches, but you can't take a sack for that big of a loss.
That's the one thing you cannot do. They gave it up, and now they're way behind the chains. Good luck with this next play call.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he won't get in, but you can't be set up any better than that. They'll have the ball at the 1-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
The Packers ready to take over offensively. And really, you can't have a better situation than this. 1st and goal at the 1.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. That's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Rashawn Gary bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Getting the ball is Cook running left. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Off the option, it's Jones.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Now it's the first involvement on the ground for the backup running back. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try again. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3.
No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers.
And he's got his man. Touchdown, Green Bay. It's Allen Lazard.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Packers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 2nd and 3. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And this one too low.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the 2nd half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Here's Jones again on second down. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. From the gun on third down, Rodgers able to find Lazard. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Rodgers now to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. Oh, good move at the 10. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 96 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Javon Hargrave coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, and he's got his man in stride, complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. This is the most important of them all, 3rd and goal. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They knew this would be tough on the road, divisional round, and that has certainly been the case. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Rasul Douglas picks it, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This take it in at the goal line. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Second and 1. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Allen Lazard and the rest of the Packers back out for another drive. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. Throwing now is Rodgers. Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route. And he's going to have a Packers first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
Here's Jones. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Jones. And some room to maneuver. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 128 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Brandon, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 32. On 3rd down, here's Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Back to throw again. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will have a Vikings first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. And now here is another interception. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game that maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Well, another drive coming up for this Packers offense. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. Well, Jones with a nice burst there on first down as he'll be taken down, but not before a gain of 7 yards.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
The Packers are moving on as we say thanks for watching and so long.
no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. Leave no ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad, ain't stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Ain't biting my tongue, I can't be no goofy, no victim to none of my enemies. Like honestly, be sending me talk from a sit that we when I get to me. My check don't discriminate, still take deposits if you talking Vietnamese. I just be having my way, only come out with a pay till I say. Urge you wanna be, don't got no whip, and rag on no petty. Look, I talk with that on your hip, if you ain't gon' rip it up, pop it. I'm thinking like show me a benefit. Let me dumb it down, Benjamin. For these be not equivalent. Really bad, looking so innocent, bossy predicament. I see no biggie, honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No ain't no cap in it. I like with a stack in it. I'm bad, stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. Call me Hillary, stay at the bank. Making moves like I'm hot in the shank. I'm low key, but I pop out in blank. This bun on my knife, stop trying to look. They do not cover me. Fake, I can't keep no company. Only the real respect my honest. So watch how you coming if you're under me. I'm with it and Rex involved. All they texting calls. Run me that, making no sense at all. They bounce like a basketball. Your boo never coming back. This go stupid, go dumb. Told that boy you gotta pay for some. I sit on no throne, you ain't taking none. You bragging on pants, I make for fun. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. You mad while I'm getting busy. Country girl running your city. Attitude bad on Sadiddy. He only 2 times from the he out like a light, call him Ricky. And honestly, it ain't no cap in it. No ain't no cap in it. I like put a stack in it. I'm bad, ain't stop it, cause it ain't no eck in it. I see no biggie. Honestly, I see no biggie. Pay the heavy on pretty. Leaving my mark like a I see no biggie. I ain't keeping up with what you saying on the internet. I ain't keeping up with the news. But I get that daily paper. Stop playing on me. Pap.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big fish came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records. Yeah, used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your confidence. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't find my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Run it up, 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 run it up. You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog, so the day that you finally pop off, you'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I'll give God all the praises. G.O.D. who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. No, I will not bend. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Dak going to start out going to the air. And incomplete to open things up. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3-and-out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a first down on 1st and 2nd down. And then on 3rd down, they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
Here's Brian Anger now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here are the Packers now with great starting field position. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, he's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. He just did tuck it into the bottom of that left post. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And the last drive, their first drive, 3-and-out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt, they're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
But they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. Second down, another shot for Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
Aaron Jones, not one of the bigger backs in the league, 5'9", 208, but he's definitely what you'd call a downhill runner. And he's able to shed the tacklers there for good yardage.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense. You've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
Jones will score. Touchdown, Packers. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Will Lutz on for the point after. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense.
One semi-factor, if you want to call it that was brought up in the papers this morning here, Charles. You got a dome team on the road in a cold weather environment, first round of the playoffs in January. Do you think that's a big deal?
Ordinarily, I say no. But in this situation, because you're used to that perfectly controlled environment, some coaches will want their teams exposed to it. And if you're coming from a warm weather place and, even getting outside of your dome doesn't really help you, a lot of times they'll go on the road a little bit earlier. Go to a cold weather place, go to a place where there's a little bit of weather and practice there that week before the game to try and simulate the conditions they expect come game day.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Prescott to throw it. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Prescott. Middle of the field. It's Robinson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 22-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys have cut it back within a score. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 and 10-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
And this will be a Packers first down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll go out near midfield. 11 more yards.
Balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now Rodgers.
And Lazard's got it again. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
An inside give to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Micah Parsons coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Oh, nice move. And, boy, he did all he could, but he's going to finally be stopped a couple yards short of the first. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. Touchdown! From 6 yards away. And the Packers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. That took a pretty big risk right there, going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
Lutz with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A 10-play drive that time, and the result, a Green Bay score. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. A first down throw for Prescott. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. From the 24, Prescott. That's complete to Robinson. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Prescott now from the 50. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Prescott on 3rd and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Robinson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
From the gun, he'll hand this off, and he'll go down at the 28. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Prescott on 1st down. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding it over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys are back within a score. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the... Now a hit and a loose football. And the Cowboys have recovered. So how about this for a turn of events? They cut the lead with a touchdown, and then on the ensuing kickoff, get the football right back.
And what a swing in a short amount of time because the momentum was totally against them. Now it's all in their favor. They've got a chance to go into the lead if they can get the ball to the end zone.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Throwing, Prescott. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dalton Schultz, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packers offense set to go.
That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
Rodgers' throw finds its target, Dobbs.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll run it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Jones.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 77 yards rushing for him now. A strong performance here in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
They'll go again to Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 20-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage. Got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Up the middle, Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well defended right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Rodgers now to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Micah Parsons able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And the offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. First down, Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Robinson. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Prescott from the gun. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Green Bay returning on offense, led by running back Aaron Jones. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third down and 12. They'll fire this deep for Gallup. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll try to throw now. Prescott buying time to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's third and goal after the sack. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Third and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game. Prescott to throw it. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And he returns this to the 22. Now the Packers get set to go. It's still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so try to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, At least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter. But you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now a shot taken on third down. That's going to wind up incomplete.
Two things you can do in that situation. Run it and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Prescott from the gun on third. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a 4-point game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Running on 1st down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple, and 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just have receivers find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air. Nice chunk of yardage there. And then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. The give is to Jones.
92 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
On 2nd and 2, Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Rodgers going to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Romeo Doubs from 3 yards out. And the Packers have regained the lead.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of the team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is the punter, Brian Ager, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, but also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Well, big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event, not getting to them early.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This will be caught inside the 10. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's a loss of 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
And down he goes again. A bevy of sacks in less than a half. But this defense is still losing the game. They've got to fix something, because there should be no excuse for losing with an effort like this on that side of the ball. They need to take advantage when their defense is generating this kind of pressure so early in the game.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Shotgun now for Rodgers. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now it's Rodgers. And it's a Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers would extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Lutz good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Final play of the half, Prescott. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Indianapolis Colts who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Cowboys. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Packers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
101 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he goes over the century mark with the AFC title on the line.
On 2nd and a yard, Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. On play action, now Rodgers. A bullet throw, but incomplete. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Out to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott under pressure. They got him again. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him at sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a third and long.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fielded at about the 28. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Here's Jones again on second down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handing it to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a first down.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now Jones. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. The ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. To throw is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He'll rifle this one deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Running right, Jones. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 2nd down, Rodgers. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Here's a give to Jones running left. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 122 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys into the Super Bowl.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his second touchdown of the night. And the Packers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and they made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for two. Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And it's fielded at the 34. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
This one swung out here to Jones. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out